we will continue Phyla globosa after shell topic. In first lecture we have seen classification, habit, habitat, external characters and shell structure. In this lecture we will see body of phyla after removal of the shell and the organs of pallial complex, that is the internal organs, that is the visceral organs or visceral mass. Soft body of phyla after removal of the shell is exposed and looks like this. This soft body divided into main four parts. These four parts are first the head, this is the head, and protruded part of head you can call it as a snout. Then the foot which is present behind the head, this is the locomotory organ foot. Third part is the visceral mass which is situated dorsally, and fourth part is the mantle. Mantle is nothing but the smooth body covering of the animal. The head is located towards the posterior side, foot behind the head and visceral mass located dorsally. This is the soft body of animal. We will see it in detail. Head after removal of the shell, which is protruded part. This protruded part you can also call it as a snout. This head after prolongation it shows centrally a median slit like aperture called as the mouth. Mouth is guarded by pair of labial palps. These small pair labial palps which are situated front side or directed front side, they are called as first pair of tentacle or the labial palps. On either side of these first pair of tentacles there are second pair of tentacles. They are larger, called as second pair of tentacle. These second pair of tentacles are larger, contractile and elongated compared to this. These two pairs of tentacles helpful for swimming and also they are sensory organs of the animal. On either side of second pair of tentacles there are stalked cylindrical eyes or the omatophores. They are stalked and cylindrical attached to the mantle body wall. These two eyes are located near the siphon. This is the left siphon, this is the right siphon. Siphon is nothing but the muscular part of the body which is helpful for intake of water and driven out water. These two siphons or tubes which are muscular tubes, left one is somewhat elongated or larger compared to the right. This left siphon is nothing but the elongation of muscular part of the mantle cavity. Through this left siphon it is also called as left pseudopodium or left nuchal lobe. Nuchal lobe. Through this left nuchal lobe water enters and through this right nuchal lobe water goes outside. This right siphon is small. It is also called as right nuchal lobe or right pseudopodium. Behind this, the soft body part of the animal is enclosed within the body whorl and other whorls. They are called as the visceral mass. Behind the head, second part is the foot. Foot is muscular, contractile, thick wall and contractile part of the body. Foot is helpful not only for locomotion but it is also helpful for attachment to the substratum while locomotion or it may attach to the substratum or the land. This foot is triangular part. In this ventral view, you can see this broad part which is triangular part, again divided into two regions. Anterior part is called as propodium and posterior part is called as metapodium. This propodium, which is broad part, lies towards the anterior region of the head, and narrow part or apex pointed part located towards the posterior side. This foot, which is muscular organ, the ventral part is flat, broad, and in this flat and broad part of foot is present pedal gland or mucus gland. It secretes slimy secretion or mucus secretion which is helpful for locomotion or creeping on the hard and dry surface. After drying or after locomotion, the silvery trail mark can be seen. After animal goes forward, at that time you can see the silvery trail mark behind. This foot, which shows two functions, that is locomotion and another attachment. The animal can cover 5 millimeter distance per minute. This is the foot. Then the third part is called as the visceral mass. Visceral mass is nothing but all important organs of the body which are enclosed within body whorl and other whorls. These visceral mass shows coiling, or they are spirally coiled like the shell to fit in it. This visceral mass contains all body organs, that is the digestive system, excretory system, circulatory system and reproductive system. All these systems are all important organs enclosed in this visceral mass. Then the mantle. Mantle is nothing but smooth body covering of the animal. This smooth body covering is glandular and it is responsible for the secretion of calcium carbonate deposition, which later on forms the shell. Means this mantle which is glandular muscular wall, it contains shell secreting gland. Shell secreting gland secretes calcium carbonate deposition and it forms the shell, which is hard part. It protects the animal, and soft body of the animal can be protected by this shell. This is the soft body part of the animal. You can see from this ventral view. This is the mouth guarded by pair of tentacles, labial palps you can say. These are the second pair of tentacles, stalked eyes or omatophore. Then the right siphon which is small, left siphon which is large, and this is the shell. This shell covers the body or it protects the body. Behind this foot there is the operculum, which is same structure like that of the shell. Operculum attaches with the ventral part of the foot with the help of collimalar muscles, and collimalar muscles prevents the withdrawal of head and foot, and when there is disturbance at that time collimalar muscles withdraw head and foot. Otherwise the animal can capable for feeding and locomotion coming from the shell. This is the ventral view and the soft body parts of the animal you can see in these two diagrams. Then we will see the second part, that is the mantle or pallium, and for that we have to draw the diagram. Coming to the next point, that is the mantle or pallium and the pallial complex. First of all, we will see what is meant by mantle. Mantle is nothing but a soft body covering of the visceral mass, or the visceral mass covers a soft, delicate, glandular covering is called as the mantle, and the organs present inside it is called as the mantle cavity of mantle, and the organs present inside it are called as the pallial complex or the organs of pallial cavity. Towards the anterior region, the mantle becomes thickened. Here, towards the anterior region, the mantle becomes thickened and pigmented and forms a protective hood. It forms a protective hood here. From this protective hood, all internal organs are covered, and here two siphons you can see here, the left pseudopodium or left siphon, here the right pseudopodium or right siphon, and inside this protective hood there is the shell gland which secrete shell secretion is nothing but the calcium carbonate. The two siphons, left pseudopodium or left nuchal lobe, which is larger, helpful for entry of water and fresh air drawn through this. Right pseudopodium or right nuchal lobe, which is small and helpful for outgoing of excess water. Then the gametes from the genital products and waste material from the rectum can be discarded or goes outside through the outgoing water current. Then we will see the pallial complex or the mantle cavity. Anterior part of the body is covered by the mantle, just we have seen, which forms a large space called the mantle cavity. Here, this anterior part of this mantle cavity forms a large space which is called as the mantle cavity or the pallial cavity, and inside it all the visceral organs are located, and these all important organs are called as the organs of pallial complex. Here, the main important organs which are present in this mantle cavity or pallial complex, they are this. First, the epithenia. This is the epithenia. You can see here. Epithenia is nothing but a prominent skin fold which arises from the right nuchal lobe and goes back up to the base of the mantle. This is the epithenia. Due to the presence of this epithenia, the mantle cavity divides into two chambers. Small branchial chamber into which gill or tenidium is present. This is the gill or tenidium is present, and large pulmonary chamber into which pulmonary sac or lung is present. Means due to the presence of this epithenia, that is the prominent skin fold which arises from the right nuchal lobe and goes back up to the base of the mantle cavity. Due to the presence of this epithenia, the mantle cavity divides into two regions: small right branchial chamber and large left pulmonary chamber, and this epithenia plays important role during the aquatic respiration and the aerial respiration. Second, the pulmonary sac or lung. Pulmonary sac or lung is large sac-like or bag-like structure helpful for aerial respiration. Means when animals live on the terrestrial habitat or land, at that time the air is drawn through this left pseudopodium and through this aperture into the pulmonary sac, where exchange of O2 and CO2 takes place in the pulmonary chamber. This is the large pulmonary chamber which is situated on the left side of the pallial complex. Then third, the osphradium. Osphradium is single leaf-like structure attached to the roof of left pseudopodium wall, here attached to the mantle cavity near the left nuchal lobe, and this osphradium having paired lamellae on both the sides. Its main function is to detect chemical and physical nature of water, or it tests the chemical and physical nature of water when water enters through this left nuchal lobe. Then fourth, the ctenidium or gill. Ctenidium or gill is single. It is having monopectinate lamellae. That is, suppose this is the ctenidium or gill. It contains lamellae on only single row. Hence, it is called as monopectinate gill. And it is richly supplied with deoxygenated blood vessels which contains deoxygenated blood. When water enters through left nuchal lobe, all these lamellae bath and there is the exchange of O2 and CO2 takes place. This is the ctenidium, single ctenidium or gill which is present in the right side of mantle cavity. Then fifth is the rectum. On the left side of this ctenidium or gill, here there is the rectum is present. This rectum is nothing but the posterior part of alimentary canal. Here it contains waste material, that is undigested food material. It later opens outside through this anus behind the right nuchal lobe, and this waste material goes outside along with the outgoing water current. Then the genital duct. If the animal is female, sexes are separate in Phyla globosa. If animal is female, then here genital ducts are called as the vagina, and if it is male, then it is called as vas deferens. Vas deferens. And according to male and female, these genital ducts, suppose this is the female, then here there is the vagina. If it is male, then there is the vas deferens, which is present left side of this rectum. This is the location or position of the genital ducts. Then anteriorly, here there is the kidney having two chambers, anterior chamber which is lip-like and posterior chamber which is large and sac-like. This anterior chamber supposed to be present here near the posterior mantle, near the posterior base of the mantle cavity, which is excretory organ. This much part is located there. Then the penis and hypobranchial gland, which are present here at the base of genital ducts, whether it may be male or female. Hypobranchial glands are present, which is having function in male, and penis is male copulatory organ attached to the mantle wall near the right nuchal lobe or right pseudopodium. This is the pallial complex, or the organs present in pallial complex or mantle cavity.